Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers from around the world. This is Kuwait Pilot, your host for tonight's show. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are flying the Fenix A320 service from Kuwait International to Imam Khomeini Airport in Tehran, Iran. To my friends in Iran, I would say salam, hali shama chetore. I hope I said that correctly. And to all of you guys, welcome aboard to this live stream. We have today with us Omari. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Boeing Corp. Scott. Thank you very much, guys, for being here and for your continued support. Bao Mao, welcome aboard. And Mika, hello, my friend. Good day to you. Joining us from Australia. Welcome, Sir Rob. Hello, my friend. Welcome from Italia. Welcome, my friend. Thank you very much for your support being a VVIP member here and for joining me this evening. We are in Kuwait City, Kuwait, and let's go ahead and head over to the airport here and specifically at this gate position, gate number 4 at Kuwait International Airport, where we are going to be prepping our flight Kuwait Airways 515 service to Tehran. And today we are going to be cruising at a final cruise altitude of 36,000 feet. We are using for AI traffic today FSLTL, and I'm also joined by First Officer Todd Martinez, as it is always the case. And we're going to be flying hopefully a nice route into the Persian mountains. Hopefully a nice flight into Imam Khomeini Airport in Tehran. I want to welcome also with us today Yaqub Al-Askari. Welcome aboard. Salam to you, my friend. Welcome. Glad to have you with us. And we have also Andre Nertz. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. And thank you for being a member here at the channel. So, this is, ladies and gentlemen, the Qurtuba livery of Kuwait Airways, which is, I think there are very few liveries now. This is the older livery of Kuwait Airways, as you can see, Qurtuba or Qurtuba in Arabic. And not many aircraft fly in this livery today, but you can see the new livery right there of Kuwait Airways, which is the 777. Here, I think we have about 23 of them now. 777-300ER is a very popular aircraft used for destinations like, London Heathrow, New York, and so on and so forth. So let's hop into the cockpit, and beautiful cockpit here of the Fenix A320. And we're going to start, let's see here, pre-flight flow. We're going to begin we'll wait for the first officer to join us.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Good afternoon. Glad to have you with us. Officer Martinez is now going to do the pre-flight checks and establish electrical power to the aircraft, as you can see here. So let me just bring it here. And you can see the officer is already started started the GPU. Not yet. There we go. GPU is now started, and now the first officer will take care of lots of things for us while we program the MCDU. We can see all the self-tests are in progress now. Perfect. And I'm in the meantime going to come to the iPad here and load the aircraft. Hello there from the Seattle area. Bao Mao, welcome aboard. Theodore Brun, welcome aboard. All right, let's bring up the iPad here, and let's go to. We're gonna import our flight from Simbrief. So let's tap to import, and of course it's gonna give us this message that because I've created the flight some time ago, so we can update this to standard. So Zulu, so we can say 1840 Zulu.
Cleared to program CDU.
All right, now it's okay. All right, so we're good to program the CDU. Let's cancel the master caution, and we're going to come back here, go to the ground services, and we have the GPU and the chocks in place. Let's go to mass and balance, And we're going to say load aircraft. We're going to choose instant in the interest of time. And now we have everything loaded. All the passengers and fuel is set. Perfect. And we'll leave the iPad for the time being, and we're going to head over to the MCDU. Let me see if I can bring it down. Which one? Alright, so he's performing our tests. You know what? Let me just do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. Why is this... Ah, now I know what's going on here. It's going crazy with the... It looks like my joystick button was set, so it was going crazy there. Alright, let's go to the MCDU. And we're going to go to the ATSU. That's, by the way, the first officer performing the APU and engine fire test. So if we look here, I think he's through now. Alright. There we go. Another one. Which one is he doing now? There. So smoke fire cargo test. So he's performing all the required tests now. So we're going to come to the AOC menu. We're going to go to flight init, and we're going to request flight data from the flight management computer. It should populate all the data for us here. As you can see, flight number 515, departure OKBK, that's Kuwait International, to Oscar India Echo.
Heading out for the checks.
All right. The first officer is heading out for the checks, and this is Imam Khomeini Airport in Tehran, in Iran. So that's good. We're going to go back to the AOC menu. Let's go to the received messages. We don't have anything yet. Let's go to the init page and request our flight plan from SimBrief. It will populate everything for us automatically. And in the meantime, we're going to go to the mass and balance page so as to copy the information here, the zero fuel and whatnot. All right, so we've got all the information here. We can put our flight plan, which is our flight number, beg your pardon, Kuwait Airways. That's Kilo Alpha Charlie 515. And the cost index for the flight today is 5. No, actually it's 21. All right, 21. Cruise altitude today is 36,000 feet. And that's entered now, and that's good. Iris init, align on reference, confirm the alignment, and now the alignment is complete. We're going to go back and go to the next page here. Now we can enter the zero fuel and zero fuel center of gravity. So we have 60.9, so 61 I think should work. 61, and for the center of gravity, 29.3 for the zero fuel center of gravity. 20, did we say 23 or 29? 29.3. 29.3. And we're going to put that here. Block fuel today is 7.3. 7.3. And that's set. Excellent. And we're going to go now to the flight plan. So today we're going to be departing Kuwait, runway 15 left. And let's see here. All right, so 15 left for the departure through the Alvax for Echo. 15 left. Alva for Echo. That's the one there, the first one. And insert. Perfect. And then at Tehran, Imam Khomeini, we're going to select the arrival. And we are arriving today runway 29 right. So we're going to select the ILS runway 29 right. And the SAV 2 X-ray arrival. SAV 2 X-ray, SAV 2X, that's the one. And insert. Perfect. Let's make sure there are no discontinuities in the flight plan. And the flight plan looks legit to me. That's the center fix, final fix, and then runway 29 right. Want to welcome Mobin. Hello, Mobin. Welcome aboard. Kakako. Sorry, it took me a while to say your name. I'm sorry. I'm early today. Good time here in Kenya, East Africa. Oh, how cool. I probably should do a flight in Kenya. I've been to Kenya many years ago. Beautiful, beautiful country with a very beautiful landscape. So, we've got everything set up here. We can go to performance, and for the performance, we're going to come to back here to the iPad, and we're going to select the departure performance. We are going to sync the load sheet. We're going to have the packs on for departure, and we're going to sync the live weather. The wind is 187 knots, temperature 26, nice and pleasant this evening here in Kuwait. QNH is 1012, and we're going to click on calculate. Perfect. So 156, 156, and 156. All right. 156. 156. Those are strange numbers. Flaps 3. 156. And flaps 3 down 2. Flaps 3. And down 0.2. We enter that here, and the flex temperature is 62. 62 is entered. Perfect. So everything is ready here. Let's check on our first officer. Still looks like he's checking the aircraft. All right, we'll just set this up. Perfect. There we go. All right. All is looking good here. All is looking good here. And let's see, our first...
Aircraft looks good.
All right, aircraft looks good. First officer will now continue with the pre-flight flow. And in the meantime, I'm going to enter the speeds for our first officer here. All right, that's all set. I'm going to set the altitude to 36,000 feet. Right, 36,000 is set. If you guys are enjoying yourselves being here on the stream, please do hit that like button for me. And be sure to turn on the bell notifications so that you are notified of the latest reviews, settings guides, giveaways, and live streams here on the Kuwait Pilot channel. And there's a lot of content coming ahead for you guys. It can be a Kuwait stream without a blooper. Yeah, guess so. All right, so everything is set up here, and the first officer is doing his thing. Let's see. All right, so the pre-flight flow is completed, so I'm going to go ahead and call for the pre-flight checklist. Pre-flight checklist, please.
Pre-flight checklist. Cockpit preparation.
Completed.
Passenger signs.
On.
Aiders.
Set.
Fuel.
Checked.
FMGS.
Set.
Altimeters.
Set.
Checklist complete.
All right, so we're done with the...
Set.
So we're done with the pre-flight checklist, and the next thing we're going to do is the before start flow, and that is something we'll let our first officer do, where he's going to start the APU. So let's go ahead and start. Right, as you can see, the first officer is now starting the APU, and once the APU is available, then he'll, as you can see, start. And so we'll let the first officer complete this. While the first officer is completing this, actually, airport, I've shown this airport before, and it was streamed recently by Captain Canada, but this is, ladies and gentlemen, the most accurate representation of a freeware. So this is a freeware airport, totally free of charge. It's developed by a guy by the name of Yahya, and it is 95% accurate to the real world counterpart as far as the airport and the city and all the surrounding areas as well. Very, very nice rendition of the airport. One of the best freeware scenery I have seen for Microsoft Flight Simulator, with the true rendition of the airport, all the buildings. Just really a fantastic airport by Yahya for Microsoft Flight Simulator. All right. APU, looks like APU is coming up. APU is available, so the APU bleed is on. And now the first officer is going to disconnect the GPU. We're going to set the range here, so 15 left. We're going to push nose to the left, tail to the right, and then we're going to taxi, make a left turn, then another, and then straight through to the runway. I must have departed from that gate over 1 million times in Kuwait. Hey, Alex, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you there. Good evening, Kuwait. Hi, awesome community. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, MSFS pilot. Ladies and gentlemen, Omari just became a VVIP member here at the Kuwait Pilot channel. I thank you very much, sir, for your support. You're very kind, Omari. Thank you very much. Tom, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Thank you very much for your support. All right. So the first officer is disconnecting the GPU, and it's taking him some time to do that. So let's see here what he's doing. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to disconnect the GPU. So we're going to come here to the iPad. And let's go ahead and go to ground services. We're going to make sure the, let's see here. We're going to make sure the parking brake is set, which it is. And then we're going to disconnect the GPU. And we're going to remove the chocks and cones. And now the first officer is turning on the fuel pumps. As you can see, set fuel pumps, setting the external lights. And Aaron Knowledge, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And the before start flow is completed.
Inform you that the aircraft door is closed and we will be ready for departure. In
All right.
order for us to push back, we would require that all passengers are seated with their seatbelts fastened and seats in the upright position. All carry-on luggage should now be either in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you.
Boang, welcome aboard, my
Cabin
friend.
crew
Glad
will
to
be
have you.
passing to make their final safety checks before departure.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so that's the cabin announcement. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go to GSX, and we are going to select the prepare for pushback and departure. Departure clearance. All right, let's do the before start checklist. Before start checklist, please.
Before start checklist. Doors.
Closed.
Beacon light.
On.
Parking brake.
Set.
Checklist complete.
All right, perfect. So if we look here, we should have the doors closing now if they're not already closed. All right, well, we can always go to, let me see here, if the beacon light is on, it should close automatically. What's wrong with GSX today? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and close the door. And let's see, what's wrong with this guy here? Departure clearance requested, but it's still not doing what it's supposed to do. Strange. Alright. What we can do is come over here and say restart. And let's see here. Things like that do happen. So GSX menu, and let's go prepare for pushback and departure. And hopefully this time right, there we go. That's the guy there coming to insert the pins. Perfect.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Excellent. GSX is fired. Absolutely. Silas, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. David White, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard from Southern California. Go Bulldogs.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
All right, and we're going to begin the pushback now. Thank you very much, David, for your support always and for being a VVIP member here at the channel. All right, here we go. GSX is in position. We are going to push nose to the left. There we go.
Locking gear.
And by the way, guys, I did purchase a new router just after all the... Just look at that. Very nice animations there. There we go. Excellent. And by the way, sim update, or not sim update, but beta 8 for X-Plane has been released, and I've noticed
Release parking brake.
that there's a problem with downloading MATAR information. I'm not sure if it's because heavy load on their servers
All
or
engines
something
clear.
else.
Start at will.
All right, we are good to go. Let's ask the first officers to take care of the engines. Start engines.
Starting engine 2.
Very nice sounds and excellent wing views there on the Phoenix. I love the textures of this aircraft. Yeah, the airport looks very, very nice indeed.
Starting engine 1.
Right, engine 1 now is being started.
Set parking brakes.
All right, and parking brake set.
Waiting your
Set.
confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
What a beautiful 777 there, Qatar Airways. I love Qatar Airways livery. And ladies and gentlemen, Carl Childers is in the house. I'm doing very well, sir. How are you? And thank you very much for your support. Captain Ray, welcome aboard. What program is that allows voice control for engines? That would be First Officer next. And we have also Kilgrave 69, welcome aboard. The livery of the Phoenix is in the livery manager, so you can just download them there. Right.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Perfect.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Right, we have a good start on both engines. Let's begin with the after start flow. We have both engines are stabilized, so we're going to turn off the APU, and APU master and APU bleed will go off. I'm not sure why the first officer always turns on the probe heat, which is not required, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And of course, we've set the NTI, external lights, interior. After start is done, let's go ahead and do the taxi checklist. Taxi checklist, please.
Taxi checklist. Flight controls. Full left. Full right. Full back. Full forward. Checked. Trim.
Checked.
Briefing.
Completed.
Flaps.
Set.
FMA takeoff data.
Checked.
Transponder.
Set.
Checklist complete.
All right, so the taxi checklist is complete. Let's make sure that we set our flaps to flaps 3. And that's what we, the SimBrief plan gave us. There's a 777 Emirates flight ahead of us. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Parking brake released, and let's head over to the runway. The sight of the 777 is just incredibly beautiful.
For Kuwait and the community, great to see yet another awesome stream.
Oh, Carl, thank you so very much for your kind support and your generosity. Carl just came in with a $50 donation. Wow, I'm just speechless, Carl. I really don't know what to say. Thank you very much. Thank you. You are very kind. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very kind of you. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Appreciate your generosity. Alex, welcome aboard. Good evening to you, my friend. Right, by the way, guys, if you are wondering, we are using FSLTL for the AI traffic. And we're going to head over now to the runway. We're going to turn left, and then it's straight ahead to runway 15 left here at Kuwait International Airport. And here's a view of the airport. Very nice rendition of Kuwait Airport, and the entire city really just beautiful.
From the cockpit, this is your first officer. Just want to take a moment to welcome you aboard and thank you for flying with us today. Our taxi to the runway should be pretty uneventful, and we're anticipating an on-time departure. Just sit back, relax, and we'll have you in the air shortly.
All right, takeoff config. There are no blues, so all's looking good here. And we're just going to continue now the taxi straight ahead to runway 15 left for departure. The flight to Tehran, Imam Khomeini Airport, should be approximately 1 hour, of course, of airtime. Just look at those beautiful flaps. Just lovely. Right here, we're coming up to the runway. And the runway is right ahead of us. We can make a small turn here to the left and to start at the very beginning of the runway. Right, let's ease off on the power here. The runway is actually straight ahead, so I'm just going to go to the left, and then just make a right here and start at the beginning of the runway. All right, let's go ahead and call for the before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist, please.
Before takeoff checklist. Engine mode selector.
Set.
Pass.
Set.
Approaching
ECAM
runway 15
Takeoff
left.
no blue. Set.
Checklist complete. Flight attendants prepared for takeoff.
All right, looks like everything is good. There we go. Let's start the clock. And by the way, the airport is also equipped with custom runways, so the runway textures are also custom for this rendition of Kuwait International. Runway 15 left, we are cleared for takeoff.
On runway 15 left.
50%.
Cross that.
Manflex, SRS, and runway.
On taxiway.
Speed alive.
On taxiway.
Gear up.
Gear up.
And we'll begin our turn.
Acceleration altitude.
Autopilot 1.
Command A on.
Right, and we have the autopilot now, and we're going to track
Flaps
the
up.
flaps. On the bot's message for the freeware scenery, it says Venice Beach. Yeah, when of course it means beach. Just letting you know. Yeah, you're right there.
Set.
All right. Sorry, I was looking at chat. All right, let's recover. And let's see here. All right, and we can go Command A. All right, we fixed that. A little bit of an issue with our autopilot there. Did he just say Mayday? I'm not sure, maybe he did. Just what a beautiful sight here of Kuwait. The city is right over there. But we're looking good now. Bad specs, you need an upgrade. Well, actually, yeah, an upgrade is on the way. Latecomer, how much? Hi, Steve. I'm not sure I follow you there. What plugins, third-party apps do you have installed running at the moment? Alex, I have... let's see. All right, so I have First Officer Next, and I have, of course, the scenery for Kuwait International Airport, and also, which is freeware. I have FS Realistic, and we have also the airport, the destination airport is Oh, how much does it cost? I can't recall. Is it $70? 60 to 69? 74? I can't recall, Carl. Right, so we are continuing our climb now, and we're going to climb all the way to 36,000 feet. We are looking good. The transition altitude in Kuwait is 13,000 feet. The call-out approaching runway. Oh, so the that is also a feature of First Officer Next. In the most recent update, there is a feature that you can turn on that will act as a RAS, which is the Runway Advisory Awareness System. It's an option of First Officer Next, so you can turn it on and off. And I choose to turn it on because I think it's cool. And it's very realistic. That's what is used on board aircraft. Yeah, there are newer i9 CPU and of course the 4th series GPU are out now, and that is exactly what I'm going to be getting. Probably this weekend I will begin the build. I'm just waiting for the Z690 chipset. Yes, of course, Carl. So yeah, I'm definitely building a brand new. Right, and by the way, you can see that after we pass 10,000 feet, the first officer will turn off the lights. I'm not sure why it keeps turning on the NTI system, so I'm going to go ahead and turn them off because we don't really need them. And the rest of that, I think, is pretty much spot on what the first officer does. I'm just going to increase the lighting here on our displays. That's much better. Right here and right there. I think that's we can see things a lot better now. All right, so 10,000 feet, aircraft speed is climbing, which is cool. And yeah, well, we were flying over the Persian Gulf now, but very soon we're going to make a left turn, and then we're going to start flying over Iran. And it actually looks really, really very, very beautiful. The terrain in Iran looks just spectacular. Very, very nice. Do you still use Pro ATC SR? I do use it every now and then, yes. I prefer, though, one of the online networks. I think it's more realistic to use something like IBAO or BATSIM, Pilot Edge. You know, I think it's just more realistic when you're speaking to a human.
Transition altitude.
Right, transition altitude, 13,000 feet. And this is here on the first officer's side.
Chuck.
There we go. Standard barrel set as we've passed 13,000 feet, which is the transition altitude in Kuwait. I've seen a couple of videos. First Officer Next is payware and Captain Ray, and it is available for the Fenix PMDG fly-by-wire A320, the Headwind A330, as well as the CRJ 704 from Aerosoft. Personally, I think it's a pretty good add-on. I think it's very immersive. It works a lot better than what do you call it? FS2 Crew. Personally, I like First Officer Next a lot better. I think it's got a lot more features. It is more user-friendly to use as well, and the voice command in First Officer Next is outstanding. It's just really, really very, very good. So I prefer to use it. And I do agree with Carl there, even good gaming laptops to get warm. I do agree with you because, and I will say I agree with Carl based on experience. So I used to have a gaming laptop, and I used to have the top of the line Dell, what do you call it? The Aurora. I can't recall the name. I still have it sitting here right next to me on to my left there. I think it's the Aurora, and at the time I spent like $3,500 on that laptop, and I used it for flight simulation, mainly for X-Plane at the time, and P3D. and it was just a very terrible experience because it used to get really hot. It used to stutter a lot when it gets hot. So I had to really keep my settings very low. Even with the greatest laptop, running a simulator can really heat it up very quickly. So I highly recommend that you get a gaming PC if you want to use it for flight simulation. Very nice wing view here of the A320 flying over the Persian Gulf as we begin now our turn. Here, let's see, here's our left turn towards Iran, flying north of Kuwait. And as a reminder, guys, the Kuwait Pilot channel is an official AnyBuilds partner. Please make sure you visit the store and take a look at all the brilliant scenery. They've recently added a lot of partners, so there's quite a bit to check out on the AnyBuilds store. Right, 19,000 for 36,000. We are looking good, and here comes our turn. Can, by the way, disarm the spoilers. There we go. Here comes the turn. Some aircraft over there. Looking good. Looks like we're going to arrive into Tehran during the evening. And we are flying in real weather, but not real time today. Because I wanted you guys, of course, to see the beautiful scenery of Kuwait International Airport by Yahya. Do you have to pay separate for each of the first officer next for Fenix FE? Yes, Captain Ray. You have to pay separately for each one of them. Shane, hello, my friend. Hi, Kuwait Pilot. Shane here from Auckland, New Zealand. Welcome aboard, my friend. Have you thought of buying a motion platform? I've just purchased the DOF Reality H3. Just unbelievable in the words I describe it, having the H3. No, I haven't considered it. I might take a look at it based on what you recommend here, and maybe I'll do a review on it here on the channel and let everybody benefit. But no, I have not. Right, we're looking good. Continue our climb. Let's increase the range here a bit. And we're going to bring up the lights on this side. And the other side as well. Excellent. Alright. All the lights are set inside the cockpit. Top of climb is right here. And by the way, the weather doesn't do anything, but we can always come down here and we can turn it on. Just to get the message, get rid of the message there. Looking good. We are about 14 minutes into our flight, another 45 minutes and we'll be at Tehran. Will be amazing to fly PMDG on Xbox on my 65-inch 4K TV one day. Absolutely. The weather looks pretty calm. Yes, it does. No clouds there. I'll tell you guys, once we are closer to Imam Khomeini Airport in Tehran, if you guys want me to change the weather for something a little more spectacular and maybe a more challenging approach, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that. You know, we can change it to like stormy weather or rain or something like that, just to make it a little more interesting. If that's what you guys like, then that's what I'll do. Just what beautiful sky colors, and the sun reflection in Microsoft Flight Simulator just looks fantastic. Are we getting ice on the... Let's check it out here. Oh, looks like we're good. Crosswind landing would be great, I think. We'll check it out once we are there. We'll see what we can do. Right, I'm going to take a short break, folks, but I'm going to set this on a nice wing view for you guys. Let's see here. There we go. I will be taking a very short break, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back, and we are now flying at 30,000 for 36,000 over Tehran, over Iran. And here is a look here at the beautiful, just look at the beautiful scenery here of Iran as we enter into Persian airspace. Just really fantastic. By the way, I've watched a couple of videos on the 4090 RTX card with the 129K, i9 129K. And if you guys think that, you know, with those specs you're going to get like 100 FPS, you'll be very disappointed. Because even on a 2K display, the 4090 achieves definitely very high FPS, very smooth experience at maximum settings, but you will not get 100 FPS. You will get maybe 60, 70 FPS, but you will not get 100 FPS for sure. So yeah, just kind of to you know, set your expectations right if you are planning on upgrading your PC, or purchasing a new one, or building your own, which is of course always the recommended option, is to build your own. Yeah, we are now flying over Iran. Very nice scenery of Iran here as we exit the Persian Gulf area. We can change the time of day a little bit, maybe, if you guys like to see the scenery, but if you're enjoying the ride as it is, we'll just leave it. We are not flying in real time anyway today because it's pitch dark right now over Iran. How many FPS you get? Well, right now, right now I get very decent FPS. So at Kuwait International, with the aircraft parked at the gate in the Phoenix, I get about 50 FPS, which is very good. At London Heathrow, with the Phoenix parked at the gate, I get around 38, between 38 and 42. It depends on which gate I'm parked at. So right now I'm actually very pleased with the performance of the machine. It's just that you can get a little more, and I like to always stay up to date and bring you guys the latest and greatest in terms of, you know, hardware, and test things out for you so that you can, you know, make informed decisions. So yeah, I remember when the 10 was it 1080, sure, was it 1080 or 1030 came out. I immediately upgraded, and then the TI came out and I upgraded, and then the 2080, then the 3090. So I keep upgrading so that you guys also can benefit from my testing and my experience, and I can report always back to the community and tell you, so you can make informed decisions as to how you want to invest in hardware. DLSS on MSFS is not good inside the cockpit, even though we get a little smoother. I think DLSS is probably suited for high resolution monitors and 4K monitors and above. But overall, I don't like the effects of DLSS. Although maybe it is smoother for some folks. For me, it makes the numbers change in a crossfade effect way, which I don't like. It introduces some shimmering on the water bodies as well, and that's something I really don't like in DLSS mode. So TAA is the best visual quality. I just absolutely love it, and the machine can take it, so you know, I'll use it. Hello there, Ramba. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. And we have also Prismo Gaming. Hello, my friend. By the way, if you guys ever make it to Iran, I highly recommend that you try Persian cuisine, because it is really one of the most succulent cuisines in the world. Very, very delicious food. And I would, if you were a meat lover, I would, recommend the Cello Kebab Sultani. And if you like, chicken, you can go for something like Juje kebab. There's, of course, kebab kubide, and for appetizers, maybe you can start with some Shirazi salad and Mirza Qasimi. Very, very delicious. Just the food is great. Persian cuisine is very good. I personally like it a lot, especially when it's made by an Iranian chef. Then it's just really wow. We're coming up to the top of climb here. We are at 35,000, 1,000 feet to go. We're looking good. Kuwait, you don't use the DLSS with MSFS? No, I don't, Captain Ray. It's just I don't like it. Will you upgrade to the 4090 and a new CPU as well? I'm actually building a brand new PC that's going to have the latest and greatest in hardware, including brand new RAM, everything, custom cooling, a new processor, new SSDs or M.2s. So yeah, everything's going to be brand new in a brand new PC, and I'm going to use this PC for everything else, so the flight plan briefing, and I will network the two PCs and use it that way. Right, 1,000 feet to go. We're looking good. How expensive is that PC? Well, Mika, the last quote. See, the thing is, I purchase the components every now and then. So, but I think the total price is going to come near $4,500 for the entire system without the keyboard and mouse. I think that's going to be approximately the price of the components that I purchased, minus the graphics card, which is still not available in Kuwait. There were a couple of cards arriving in one of the stores that I normally work with here locally.
The captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. You're free to get up and use the lavatories. However, we ask that you do not form a line at the front of the aircraft.
All right. So obviously we have reached our cruise altitude, and hence the message. And of course, the first officer takes care of the the seatbelt signs. So have you ever played DCS? Yes, many times in the past. What CPU will you use? I will be using the i9 129K. So it is TAA. Yes, correct, Captain Ray. I will be using the i9 129K, and I've done extensive comparisons and read a lot about the difference between the 29K, KF, and KS. Now, the fastest of those three is the KS. However, for gaming specifically, that CPU tends to get very hot. In fact, it is a lot hotter than the KF and the K, obviously due to its higher clock speeds. So you can actually overclock it. If you, on all the benchmarks that I've seen, the 129K performs better than the KF and KS for gaming and specifically for simulators. Of course, I am going to install Windows 11 right off the bat, so I'm not going to have 10 and upgrade. I'm going to just install 11 because the 129K processor works better with Windows 11. You will not reap the benefits of, in fact, you might get degraded performance if you have the 29K on a Windows 10 machine. So Windows 11 is a must if you are going to go with the 129K. Yes, definitely. You're going to need Windows 11. That is correct, Alex, yes. Not the i9 139K. According to the benchmarks that I've seen, that 129K still performs better for gaming and specifically for flight simulation. So I would stick with the 129K. I will do maybe a little more research, but I've already purchased the 129K. But I can always return it once my card, arrives into the store. I can always do it. So I will check on that. But the AMD 7 series is a bit better. I don't think so. As of last week, the fastest processor for gaming is the Intel i9 129K. So I'll be very surprised if that has changed since last week. For a flight sim, the most important thing is the clock speed. Yes, the clock speed is very important, but it's also very important to have a powerful GPU. So that's another very important thing. Alright, so we are at our cruise altitude, and if we look down here and go to performance, TD is in 174 nautical miles. So we're actually not too far now from Tehran, and we should begin, this very nice sky colors there. Beautiful. Just lovely. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be evening time as we arrive into Tehran. Looking good. Hey there, I have a question. My A350 from FF won't load in XB12, always stuck at preparing world. Are you on the latest beta, or is that from the previous betas as well? Because I personally have I've had no issues with loading the A350 whatsoever. Lots of Alex people here. Welcome all the Alexes here on the channel. Welcome guys, glad to have you here. The more the merrier. Alright, so in the meantime guys, we're going to set up for our approach into Tehran International. And let's come down here and go to performance. We're going to go to the next phase and next phase. And let me take a note here of the arrival information into Tehran. The QNH is 1022. So 1022. And the current temperature is 18. Is it 18 or 16? It's 18 Celsius. Quite pleasant. And the wind is 0. We don't have the wind there. We have it at 0 and 0. So it looks like winds are calm. So 0 and 0. Maybe we'll change that. You guys let me know if you want me to do that. Transition altitude is 9,000 feet into Tehran. And we're going to set the radio altitude at 250. And we're going to go back here to the flight plan. Everything here looks good. What does it say here? Check. What? Emergency. All right, we're looking good, and continue our cruise here. Beautiful night in Iran as we make our way to Tehran International Airport. It is a short flight indeed. Mango 757, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Thanks very much for dropping by, and hello to you my friend, glad to have you here. Yusri Al-Kishawi, welcome aboard. Do you find the physics in handling in FS 2020 is it getting better, and does X-Plane have the edge over it? Well, I can tell you with a lot of confidence that Microsoft Flight Simulator is definitely improving. I can see a lot of change in the ground handling, the overall physics, the again the response to the weather and the different layers of weather is definitely improving. But X-Plane still has the edge in my view. Not by a long shot, but yeah, it's definitely the more realistic in terms of physics, without a doubt. Some mountainous terrain here. Let's turn on the terrain on ND. Got some mountains here to the left and right. Gorgeous, gorgeous scene here. Look at that, guys. Just absolutely gorgeous scene here over Iran, and beautiful mountains. Very, very nice indeed. Here's a wing view for you guys. That one is better, probably. Just look at the beautiful mountains here. Lovely. Do you prefer 737 or A320? I'm a Boeing guy all the way, so I prefer Boeings, and hence the 737. Right. Well, let's take a look here. Looks like TD in 119 nautical miles. This is a fantastic looking scene here. Yeah, I love the 737. I just looks like there's an aircraft. Look here, guys, on the TCAS. Yeah, it looks like there's an aircraft. Let's see if we can spot it. Oh, there it is. It's right there. Yeah, I can see it here. Lovely. I think FSLTL really adds a lot to the experience there. And yeah, it's nice to have AI traffic. And this is, by the way, as per Flight Radar 24. So this is an actual flight happening right now. Is the stream buffering? Yeah, the evening sky is definitely very nice. It was, alright. So it's better now? It's fine now. Okay, perfect. I still get the message here on YouTube telling me, you know, it's not receiving enough data, enough streaming data or something like that. But if you guys say it's okay, then that's okay. Just look at that, just beautiful. Just really lovely. Here's a look here. Very nice. Yeah, the MAX was a tragedy for everyone, indeed. I believe they fixed all the issues now with the MAX. I think it's alright now. I actually like the MAX. If you ask me, I think it's a very technologically advanced aircraft. Now, of course, there's a lot to be said about, you know, Boeing's practices as far as the, you know, the security and you know, the overall business practices. But Boeing is an aircraft. The shape of the aircraft is something I really adore. I just absolutely love it. I was just on a MAX 8 this morning. Ooh, okay. Yeah, flight deck to Sim flew his first MAX last week. That is correct. Yeah, I saw the video. The MAX is very technologically advanced, and it's an aircraft that is built of you know, carbon fiber composites. And I've seen a video on how they actually do the testing on the wings of the MAX. And it's amazing how much testing they do. They have actually these robots that you know, just take the wing and they flex the wing upwards and downwards so violently, and those wings actually stay intact. So it's just really amazing. And there, see, the the carbon fiber composites are enclosed by some sort of a plastic, so that covers the entire carbon fiber composite. Because without it, it's very fragile and it might actually break. But with this plastic-like substance that they fill, or they kind of fill the wings with, it makes it very durable and very flexible, but still quite durable. And it's just amazing the number of times they keep flexing the wings upwards and downwards through these robots. And they, of course, this is part of the quality check that they do. And if it doesn't pass, then they go back to the drawing board. But yeah, it's just amazing. All right, so very quickly, guys, just on our flight here, we are approximately 80 nautical miles now from top of descent, and that means that we're getting pretty close now to our destination. It's going to be pitch black as we arrive into Tehran, but that should make it more interesting for the approach, as there are a lot of mountains around the airport. So it should make for an interesting approach into Imam Khomeini Tehran International Airport. That's the top of the descent mark. As you can see, we have ILS 29er right here in the display. No clouds, cloud and visibility okay. Very clear evening here in Tehran, Iran. Kenny, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Air Knowledge, welcome aboard my friend. Thanks for being here. Good evening, Johnny Seco from Copenhagen, Denmark. Welcome aboard, my friend. Gahard Esadi, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. I was kind of hoping that you would join us this evening, and I'm glad that you've made it. Benny, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Thanks very much for your support, Benny. And yeah, I appreciate your, your support to the channel. I appreciate it, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us this evening. And you arrived just in time. We are going to begin the top of descent shortly here, arriving into Tehran. Here is what things look like during this. It's getting really pitch dark here. Yeah, maybe we'll change the time a little bit. What do you guys think? Do you want me to change the time or keep it the way it is? If anything, wide bodies may have a larger loss of life. Sunset time. You want me to change it a little bit? All right, so let's change the time, guys, a little bit here. Maybe we do it. Let's see, 5:24. There we go. How about that? Yeah, I think that should be a nicer approach, maybe into the airport. There we go. Well, statistically speaking, guys, planes are the safest means of transportation, beg your pardon. Transformation. That's the talk at work. We just keep talking about transformation, digital transformation, transforming the company, cultural transformation. So it's just like on my mind all the time. But yeah, the safest means of transportation are airplanes. They're the safest way to travel. They're safer than your car that you drive in the morning. Finally, you come to my country, Iran. Correct, Bahar, and as you guys say, what do you Hali Shoma Cheturi, right? Something like that. Yeah. So I hope you are in good health, something like that. And yeah, we're flying over Iran. We should be in we should begin the top of descent shortly. And we look here, about 49 nautical miles now. By the way, if you guys want me to change the time again to morning time, just let me know. I'm more scared of driving than flying. Too many idiots on the road, especially in Australia. Really, Mika? Well, I'll tell you, there are equal amount of idiots here in Kuwait. Driving here is a very stressful affair, and if you're not careful, I mean, you don't just have to be careful not to bump into someone, but you have to be very careful that no one actually bumps into you. So you have to kind of think for yourself, and you have to think for others as well. So change the time. All right, let's. I'm going to honor what the hard says, since we are flying into Iran, which is your home country. So I'm going to go ahead and change the time for you here. Morning time or evening time, you let me know what you want, and that's I don't. Well, Kevin, yeah, I mean, all right. So, guys, here's, by the way, just look at the beautiful terrain over in Iran, the mountains, and just the lovely scenery here of Iran. Beautiful country, and yeah, we're arriving into top of descent. No pun intended. Yeah, how is the driving has a low bar for licensing? Yeah, I mean, I agree. And plane crashes are definitely super rare. Yeah. All right, here's our turn. We're going to begin the top of descent shortly, so let's go ahead and reset the MCP altitude. So if we come down here and we look, this is the top of descent, and if I look here, we've got the final fix. It looks like it's 3,000. You know what? Let me consult our what do you call it? The Navigraph, real quick. So this is Navigraph flights. I'll bring this up to you guys also so you can see it from SimBrief. Have it here, and that's Tehran International approach, ILS 29. All right, so here's our approach into Tehran for runway 29er, and the initial altitude is 6,000. Looks like there is a restriction, and then 5230. So we're going to set it to 5,000 for Kuwaiti 515. Right, so let's come back here, and we're going to set this to 5,000 feet. Right, 5,000 is set, and we are ready to begin the descent shortly. Good. One of the things I like about the Fenix is how it's got all the proper registration number of the aircraft. Very, very realistic. So this is an actual aircraft registration for Kuwait Airways. They all, by the way, begin with 9er K. And yeah, Cordoba is definitely one of the aircraft that we have as part of the Kuwait Airways fleet. Well, you guys tell me what you want me to do. I can change it to sunset time. I can change the time as you wish. I think Behard, just Asadi from Iran, has requested that we change the time to morning time. But if you guys, again, if you know, if you want me to change it slightly, I can definitely do that. I think just if you want to see the scenery around Tehran, you know, the flight during daylight is much better. But of course, if you want me to change it, that's okay. It's perfect as is. All right, Kenny, perfect. Here's, by the way, I'm looking at the outside here, Kuwait Airways livery. I kind of miss this livery. You don't see it much anymore at the airport. It reminds me a lot of my childhood. All right, top of descent, and here we go. Top of descent. Let's begin the descent. And we'll do a nav descent. I'm going to extend the speed brakes. Right, speed brakes to full. And let's come here. Descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Decision height.
Set.
Engine mode selector.
Set.
Checklist complete.
And the first officer is going to set the co-pilot MFD, as you can see here. And
Till then, just sit back.
VRF speed, not red. Please set via VRF page. All right, so the descent checklist is complete, and the next checklist is the landing checklist.
The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. In a moment, we will be coming through the cabin to collect your trash.
Just look at those beautiful wings here. Hey, Brian, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Thank you for support being a member here at the channel. I would like to make a request. Sure, go ahead, Brian. Would you do a flight from Sri Lanka, BCBI to... Well, as long as the flight is not a long flight, so if it's like 1.5 hours, it's alright. If it's longer than that, then I do apologize, because it just doesn't work for my schedule. What is it complaining about here? Speed brake, alright, yeah, alright. Speed brake, let's see here.
Speed brake on.
Right, here we go. Right, we're looking all right, and this is, by the way, the turn into the airport. So we're gonna take a note of our altitude here, and if I look at our flight plan, so 24.6, we might be a little bit too high. You can see the mountain range ahead of us there. Alright, so you decide the arrival. Sure, okay, no worries. We'll do a flight in Sri Lanka. I am actually planning on doing a lot more flights in the Asian continent, because I think it's a continent that I haven't flown a lot in, whether it's you know, whether it's India, Hong Kong, China. We've done a flight from Singapore the other day, and we've done one in Taiwan to Hong Kong and explain. But yeah, I haven't done much in the Asian continent, and I think it's about time that we start exploring this part of the world. Just lovely. Alright, so if we look at the flight plan here, 24.6, I think we're still looking okay. We might need to increase the rate of descent, but for now I think we are okay. 38 nautical miles. I think we need to slightly increase our rate of descent, or maybe let's slow down the aircraft a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to change the, let's see here. Alright, I'm going to go to about 220 knots. Alright, here we go, 220. And I'm going to extend the speed brakes. What beautiful scenery here as we approach Tehran, the Iranian capital. Is fine. Right, so if we look down here, we need to be at 12, so we're definitely high. So I am going to increase our rate of descent slightly. Right, we're looking all right. It's just based on my calculations, we need to descend a little faster in order to make it, because this is actually, we don't have much left in the flight plan. So 22 nautical miles and maybe another 18, 21, 10, that's 36. Yeah, we don't have much left, so better to begin the descent to 12,000. Once we are at 12,000, then we'll turn back to managed speed. The transition altitude in Iran is 900,000. Beautiful scenery here of Iran. Beautiful country.
Dear passengers, as you can see, we have already started descent. Please fasten your seatbelts, return your seats to their upright positions, and store your luggage either in the overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you. The cabin crew will be passing by to clean the cabin and perform their final safety checks.
Techie Tecmo, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Late to be part, but joining the show. Loved your review of the Sky King. Strange seeing a glass cockpit. The Sky King strange seeing a glass cockpit in a Cessna. Keep up the great work. My favorite YouTube channel. Oh, thank you very much, Techie, very much. I appreciate Techie Tecmo. Thank you very much for your kind words and for really being a member of the channel. I really appreciate your support and your kind words. Kuwait, could you do Davao to Manila in the Philippines? For sure. Yeah, why not? I should actually do some flights in the Philippines. Right, I think we can reduce our rate of descent to 2400 maybe. There we go. Looking good. As you can see, we are approaching 10,000 feet. The first officer should take care of the external lights. But if we look down here, 12.4 and then 10,000. We
Dear
are
passengers,
yeah, all right.
we have reached an altitude that requires all electronic devices to be switched off, including video cams, laptops, CD and cassette players. Please make sure all of these devices are switched off.
Alright, the airport is right there, by the way, to our left.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Alright.
Speed break them on.
Speed is idle. And if we look at our flight plan, the speed is actually 250. We can actually go to manage speed. And there we go.
Finish climb on.
Alright. Standard barrow. Alright, so here we go. And we'll do the same on the other side. Alright, so 1022 is set. And we're going to go ahead and set the approach. We are at 8,000. Let's go ahead and go to performance. And we're going to activate the approach. There we go. And we're looking good. Almost there now. Let's arm the speed brake. And we need to drop down to 5,000. So we're still looking all right. Speed check, flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
A little bit here to 2,000. Everything else is looking good. Perfect. Lovely approach into Tehran International Airport. Alright, we can see the glide slope needle now moving back up. And here's the turn.
Finish climb on. Approach hold on.
Approach. There we go. That's the 5,000. All right. So I think what we can do momentarily is let's just make sure the speed there are. It's checked here. All right. All is looking good. Speed check. And we're going to go to flaps 2. We have captured the localizer. What a lovely approach into Tehran International Airport. Just look at the beautiful scenery here. Just really fantastic. Speed check, flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
We are looking good, folks. And I'm going to begin recording the approach now. Right, so we're now recording the session. So we can replay. That's the runway. We have the runway in sight. Speed check, flaps 3.
Flaps 3.
That's runway 29 right. Ahead of us now. Looking good. Right, and gear is going down.
Geared out. Flaps 4.
And flaps full. Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Cabin.
Notified.
Go round altitude.
Set.
ECAM memo.
No blue.
Checklist complete. Flight attendants prepare for landing.
All right, guys.
Dear passengers, as a safety regulation, the cabin lights will be dimmed for landing.
$1,000.
1,000 feet. Autopilot off. My aircraft.
500.
Flight slow.
Over too low.
100 above.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Minimum.
Minimums.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight
100.
slow. Flight slow.
40. 30. 20. Retard.
Speed break up.
Reversers are out.
Manual braking. 80 knots. 60 knots.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tehran International Airport.
Dear passengers, welcome to our
In
destination
Iran.
airport. Please remain seated until all docking procedures are performed and cabin lights are switched on. On behalf of the captain and his crew, we would like to thank you for flying with us. We hope you enjoyed your flight today and hope to see you soon.
Yeah, do I have the landing rate? I don't think I do. Well, we'll just take a look. 185. Could be. Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay in just a minute here. We'll take the aircraft back to the gate, and then we'll take a look at the replay. It was a nice approach into Tehran International, or Imam Khomeini International. All right, let's do the after landing close. Beautiful. There we go. Why does it keep coming back? I think we forgot to engage the speed brakes, the auto brakes. Thank you very much, Fahed. It's good to finally visit Tehran in the sim, at least. And this is, by the way, a very nice rendition of Imam Khomeini International Airport, available on Orbex. Just you can type exclamation ARR for the arrival airport. It's a really very well developed and very nice airport of this region. Let's go to the main terminal. Very nice indeed. I think parking at the terminal would give us a closer look at the airport. Beautiful lighting as well. You can see the lighting just actually came on. So this airport really has got some fantastic lighting. It's just actually came on right now. Just look at that, folks. Very, very nice lighting here at this airport. Very nicely done, and available at Orbex. This looks like an A340 right there. Mahan Air. I've got the Emirates right there to our right. Wow, looks like the terminal is full. You can see it's just really a beautiful looking airport. There you can see the lighting here, very, very nicely done. Looks like all the gates are occupied, so we might end up on the parking here. Just look at that again, very, very nice airport. Imam Khomeini International, available on Orbex. The A340 was a Mahan Air, which is one of the local airlines in Iran. And yeah, it looks like all the gates are occupied, guys. So what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna go and, you know, park somewhere there, because all the parking spots are taken here. Or maybe after that aircraft, maybe we can park there. But yeah, everything else seems to be fully occupied here. Looks like this one is alright. Yeah, I think we can park here. Alright, let's do that. Oh, why don't we have the reverser still? All right, parking brake is set, and now, yeah, it is definitely very, very realistic being here at this airport. Just guys, look at this beautiful, beautiful rendition of Imam Khomeini International Airport in Tehran, Iran. The night lighting at this airport is just a work of magic. Very, very nice indeed. Here, let me just set this here. And you know what? Let's take a look at the replay, and let me stop the recording, and then we're gonna come back and take a look at this. Why did I do this? I don't know. All right, let's
Gear up.
All right, let's see.
Gear down. Gear up. Gear down. Gear up. Gear down. Gear up. Gear down. Gear up. Gear down.
All right, let's do
Gear up. Left 4. Gear down.
Uh-oh.
Gear up. Left 3.
know what, guys? For some reason, I don't have... Let me see if I can load another fly.
Geared out. Flaps forward. Speed brake on. Gear up. Geared out.
All right, here we go.
Speed.
Yeah, a bit of a firm landing there, but nonetheless, very beautiful approach into Tehran International. All right. Well, folks, this is really a very nice rendition of this airport. And here, let's take a look. Maybe increase the speed a little bit. Yeah, just look at the beautiful lights here. I mean, this looks very, very nice. And this is the inside of the terminal. Again, nicely detailed. Just the lights from the outside look, I think, fantastic. They look very, very nice indeed. Well, folks, this pretty much brings us to the conclusion of this live stream. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. If you have any questions, as usual, please do post them in the comment section below. I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I want to thank all of you who became members. I want to thank the existing members. I want to thank you, Carl, for your outstanding support as always and your very generous donation. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you really had a good time because I certainly did. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.